got the clap. Well, not literally. And hello once again to another Talking on the Camera. Well, this time we're going to be talking about McLaren Constructors World Champions 2024. Wow. I haven't won a Constructors Championship since 1998. Wow, that is some time ago. That was during what, World Cup France, wasn't it? Wow, that was a fucking good World Cup, that was. Well, I can remember. Anyway, we're not here to talk about that. Yeah, so well done to McLaren. Yeah, brilliant. I think, when was the last time a different constructor since Mercedes and Red Bull won? 2009, I do believe, with Braun GP, which went on to be Mercedes. So could you say that was a part of Mercedes? So Braun, then Red Bull won 4, Mercedes won 8, then Red Bull won another 3. You know, from 2010 to 2023. In 2024 we got McLaren back. Good to see. You know, McLaren's always associate McLaren with being a top team. You know, they always used to be, you know, back in the 80s, partly in the 90s, beginning in the 90s, and obviously 1998 when Mika Hakkinen won the World Championship with them. I know they won, Mika Hakkinen won the World Championship in 99, but Ferrari took the honours there. Yep, I'm having a cup of tea. It's warm, yeah, it's a bit cold today, so yeah, it's good to see a different constructor win it finally. You know, as I said, McLaren, a big part of Formula One history. So just taking another swig. Yeah, it makes a change, doesn't it? So well done to them, and Lando Norris taking the victory for them. Yeah, well, I don't know what. Well, I'm not going into what happened with Piastri and Verstappen. We all saw that if you watch Formula One. I'm not going to start pointing fingers at drivers. It was Verstappen's fault. Yep, joking. I can see the haters now. Who cares? No, whose fault was it? I don't know. I'm not gonna go there. Yeah, but they still won it anyway. God. Yeah, so makes a change, doesn't it? So Braun GP, yeah. So Ferrari won it in 2008, but Lewis Hamilton took the championship. So yeah, for McLaren at that point. But Ferrari, you know, if you include Braun GP as part of Mercedes, because they did go on to be Mercedes, same outfit, but you know, yeah. So go back to 2008 when we had a different constructor, which was Ferrari. Well, Ferrari have been in it since beginning of Formula One, expecting to win more actually. Well, Ferrari only got themselves to blame. They had a good car and they go and fuck it up as usual. You know, since when they was competing against Mercedes, they go and fuck it up. They fucked it up with their pit stops. They fuck it up with their strategies. You can't beat the days of, what is it, from 1990, well, from the late 90s to 2004, when Ferrari was pretty much unstoppable with Michael Schumacher driving, but they had a solid team. It was rare that they fuck it up. You know, there was a well engineered oiled machine. It was absolutely fantastic the way that Mercedes became. You know, they were brilliant. So Ferrari have only got themselves to blame for fucking things up. Red Bull, well, at the beginning of the season, I thought it was going to be another Max Verstappen Red Bull show. Weren't the case. I know Max Verstappen did win the championship, but they didn't. Red Bull did not win the Constructors' Championship. They came third behind Ferrari. That I would never would have thought that watching from the beginning of 2024. Red Bull became third best. Yeah, that just proves how bad the car was. But don't take nothing away from Max Verstappen. I mean, he was the one that's got, you know, it was his brilliance that became world champion. But I said in Max Verstappen, it was his run of victories at the beginning of the season that obviously made it difficult for the other drivers to catch up, you know. I mean, Lando Norris just, to me, he's a good driver, but he wasn't good enough, you know. Max, I think, if they was in the similar cars, you know, I think Max was probably a better driver, to be honest with you. But you don't know that, you know. Well, I think, yeah, he is, you know. But, you know, give Lando time, he'll probably be a good driver. He is a good driver, but, you know, be up the level. He needs to be more aggressive. Yeah, I know I'm all over the place, but there you go. I don't script this bullshit anyway. I never fucking do. Yeah, so it just, you know, it's good to see McLaren back up there. And Mercedes, well, they've been crap, really, haven't they? They've been crap since the rule change, since 2022. They've been right off the ball. You know, they've won a few races, but, you know, it ain't up to their usual standards when they was pretty winning a lot of the races. You know, they was in competition with Ferrari. You know, they've been a top team since 2014 to 2021. Yeah, they've just gone off. Now, is this the decline of Red Bull now? Or has Red Bull still got something left to give? I mean, they've got Max Verstappen, so surely they're not going to just sit there and do nothing. I'm sure they'll bounce back. But yeah, but it should be interesting next year to see Hamilton go to Ferrari. I said in the other video, I don't think he's going to do much, to be honest with you. I think he's past his best. Don't mean that disrespectively, but same with Schumacher when he returned to Formula One. I mean, he was way past his best. It's unfortunate, you know, but it'd be interesting to see what happens next year. Yeah, would it be Red Bull again? Will it be Mercedes? Will it be Ferrari? Could Leclerc do something about it? Can't see. Maybe. Well, it's either going to be Red Bull or maybe McLaren. Shouldn't, you know? They won the championship, did they? Maybe they might. Maybe they might have a run of success. You never know. Yeah, but I will say this: did you know Red Bull and Mercedes have one driver as a connection, or connecting both teams? Jackie Stewart. You're thinking, Jackie Stewart? Wasn't he a driver from the 60s and 70s? Yes, he was. I will explain. Let's start with Mercedes. I mean, back in Mercedes, you know, back in the day, you know, you look back where that team's origin started from, was the Tyrrell team. And the Tyrrell team, throughout the years, it changed ownership. That bit now becomes the Mercedes team. So it started off with Tyrrell, and obviously over the years they swapped hands, and Jackie Stewart used to drive for Tyrrell. You know, I think he won a couple of championships with Tyrrell back in the 70s. And Red Bull. Well, back in the 90s, Red Bull started as Jackie Stewart's Formula One team. So there you go, there's the connection with Jackie Stewart. You know, he had connections with both teams. You probably knew that already, but I thought, well, maybe some people didn't. Well, you know now. There you go. Well, all I can say is good to see McLaren back. Will they keep their form up? Let's hope they are going to be running at the top next year. Be interesting to see a four-way battle. Maybe more teams. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? You know, Adrian, what's his name? Adrian Newey. Now he's gone over to Aston Martin. Can they get better? Who knows? Let's hope so. Be good to see more fighting for the championship next year. will what's his name now? Max Verstappen, sorry, be World Championship next year? Who knows? If Red Bull up their game, you know, they don't want another season like they've had this year. So they'll be trying hard, but we'll wait and see. Should be interesting next year. Anyway, till 2025. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time, and goodbye.